Hi everybody, I am Bishop.
Good morning, it's David.
So we wanted to come with a live video talking about the Purposeful Travel Group and the upcoming 2019 trips. We have two of them this year. Two coming up.
And we're going on a trip next month.
We are.
We're going to Ireland.
Yay! We're going to go to Ireland. It's going to be amazing. So very excited about that. This year, last year we announced 2018 is the first year of doing two trips. So we went to Jamaica in April, and this September for the fall equinox we're going to be in Ireland. A whole tour of Ireland, or the bottom half of Ireland, so a little over half of it. And we'll be going to Long Crew on the fall equinox. That's where they have an actual building. It's round. It looks kind of like a button top. So it's a stone building, and they open up the doors on either side, and on the fall equinox, the light from the sun comes straight through the building. So we're going to be there for that, which is going to be very amazing.
We're the only person watching.
Hey, that's okay. We'll get some people later.
That's all right, yeah. So, I mean, we're going to Ireland. A lot of people are going with us. We've got 38, I think, going with us. And now we're getting people asking to go. And it's kind of late because we only have a certain number of spots. And it's the same thing with Peru. So Peru has been on your bucket list. Going to Machu Picchu. You definitely want to get in now because there's only, I think, 12 spots left.
Yeah.
15, something like that.
So what happened? Yeah, I'm going to interrupt. What happened with Ireland is we only had 36 spots total. That's for everybody. That was it. And then we had something like 6 people wanting to go, and then we ended up having 3 people who dropped out, so they opened up their spots. So we end up with 39 people total, which is really kind of interesting that we have 39 people going. June was able to get and acquire those extra seats. It took her weeks to go through and get all that taken care of. With Peru, there is no more spots. What we have is that there are no more. So once they're taken, they're taken. And to get on the trip, somebody would have to cancel their trip to make room. There's no. She got all the spots. We were going to go with less than the number we have. The full trip will be 40 people. So.
Yeah, and you've got over a year to pay for it. You do have to put your deposit down.
But June,
yeah. Go ahead.
June will work with whoever needs help.
Yeah.
It's easier if you're on the payment plan and you do it the way that June, our travel agent, June has set everything up, and you make payments throughout the year towards the trips. But if you need a little help to get caught up to the payment plan or whatever the case might be, talk with our travel agent, and she'll help you get through all those hurdles.
Yeah, and this is going to be an amazing trip. And if you travel, you want to travel now. Who knows what the future is going to hold for us? But we are going deep into Peru. We're going to be working with elders. We're going to be going into villages. We're hitting some really sacred spots. It's going to be a real pilgrimage to Peru, and it's going to be life-changing, I think, for a lot of people. And who knows what we're going to do once we get there. We do have things lined up, but the universe is funny and it kind of throws things our way. So this is definitely going to be a special trip. I want to see a condor. That's my biggest thing.
That was very cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the trip itself is all sightseeing. So we're going to be going and traveling around and going from place to place. Every day it's going to be someplace new. Where our travel agent goes with us on any trip we do. Our travel agent goes with us, so we always have having her there with her 30 plus years of experience, getting us through customs, making sure we're all on the plane, or handling any type of documentation if anything arises. She's also there to make sure that the tours go smoothly. She's already communicated with all of these tour agents, so she knows them, knows what's going to be happening, has it all set up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're really looking forward to Peru.
So Peru, the only thing that's not included is lunches and dinners. The price is $3,375. That sounds like a lot of money, but
why don't we just get an angry face?
Oh,
Somebody's
unhappy?
upset.
Oh.
Anyhow.
So but that price is spread out over a year of payments. The breakfast is included. Continental breakfast every day is included. One lunch is included, and then the rest will be on our own because we'll be traveling around, so it's hard to say where we'll be eating. And a town might have more than one location for food, and so we might want to split up and try different places. That would be, the only downside is that part isn't included, and that's okay because we're traveling. It's hard to include everything, but breakfast is included every day, so we don't have to worry about that so much.
Yeah. I find I eat less on vacation.
I do too.
Yeah. Just get the basics into you and we're good.
Yep, and you get to try some unique, different cuisines, different
Like
types of
guinea
the
pig.
cuisine. Wow, we're not gonna talk about that.
I
But
won't eat it.
so on this trip for 2019, so we got a year to go, September 2019, we're gonna be standing on the top of Machu Picchu. So we're not gonna be able to get a look in the picture, but this right here, that's Machu Picchu. And we're going to be standing up here on the fall equinox.
That's right.
I'm
Top of the world.
yes.
Woo!
One of
We'll
the
be hanging.
it's one of the chakras of the world too.
Yeah.
Yep. So the world has different energy points around it, and Peru is one of them. So we're going to be standing on the top of Machu Picchu. I'm really excited about that. That's a bucket list.
Oh yeah.
It's a bucket list for a lot of people.
I want to do that for years. And we've met some people from Peru, and they're just wonderful, wonderful people. Very warm and giving, full of knowledge. A lot of spirituality down there. Like I said, this will be life changing.
Yep. We've since we announced this trip, we've had at least, probably more than that, but around 6 people or more come in and talk about how they did it on their own, renting their own car. Other people who've done other tours without a tour agent going with them, and they paid anywhere from $500 to $1,500 more per person. So I feel really comfortable with the price on it. I think that we lucked out having our travel agent June be as amazing as she is, doing the work that she does and traveling with us, and having given us the best price for that. So I want to say that's fantastic. We're going to be meeting with shaman too, right?
Yeah, we're doing ceremony.
Yep.
It's being set up right now, what type of ceremony we'll be doing. And we are going to be working in some of the, not working, but going to some of the villages and actually meeting people and the elders there too.
It's going to be incredible.
It is.
We're also going to be on the floating weed islands. So there's the largest lake in the area. It's 50 miles wide. Can't remember how deep it is. It's very deep. It's the largest body of water on that hemisphere. Is that hemisphere or that continent? Continent, I think. And there are long ago some of the one tribe, right, or is it multiple tribes? Multiple tribes created floating islands out of reeds. So they would take the reeds and they would weave them together and make floating islands. And they did that so that they wouldn't be attacked by other tribes at night when they couldn't see them coming. So by being on the water and floating around, nobody could attack them at night. We're going to be able to go to the Reed Islands. I believe we get on the island.
We are, yeah, we're spending some time on the island.
Yeah, actually with the tribe, with them, the population that lives there. So we're going to be doing that. So I'm just showing you all because I'm very excited. You should be excited.
We're excited. So that's a huge trip we've got coming up in September of 2019. But for those of you that want to just chill out, vacation, be on the beach, eat good food, we're going to
Dun, dun, dun.
Puerto Vallarta.
Is that backwards for you guys?
It's very
Sorry.
backwards.
We're going to Puerto Vallarta, which is in Mexico. The travel group has gone to Mexico once before, and that was about 5 years ago. And on that trip, we were on the Atlantic side, and this time we're going to be on the Pacific side. 5 years later, this trip is $300 less expensive than it was 5 years ago. So that is really impressive. So this is the lowest cost trip that we've ever done out of all trips, and this one's coming in at $1,550 per person. And both those $1,550 for this trip and the $3,375 for the Peru trip, those are double occupancy. That's per person sharing the room with somebody else, and you would both people would pay that amount. You can upgrade to single rooms on both the trips. There's still availability for singles. It's an additional fee. But this trip here for Puerto Vallarta, let's talk about that.
Well, we loved Mexico the last time that we went. The people were awesome. The resort was beautiful. The people that went with us, fantastic. So that was our introduction to group travel, and we just had a blast. There's a lot of history in Mexico that we all, know some of it. Some of us are still learning. So it's a great way to go and get a piece of the history, seeing the different temples, and having a wonderful vacation at the same time. You can just lay there on the beach and do nothing, or you can go on these little excursions and have fun.
Yeah, so it's rich in history with Aztec and Mayan culture, civilization. So when we went before, we saw a lot of went to Machu Picchu, we went to Coba, we went to Tulum, and one other place, I can't remember the last one. But we also did a true shaman sweat lodge there. It was inside a stone hut. There was 21 or 22 of us that participated in it. It was amazing. It was intense and amazing.
It's called the Tezmacal.
Yep.
Was the name of it. And that we kind of fell into that. That was really fun. So that's what I mean. You never know what's going to come our way when we're on these trips. And that was 21 or 22 people in this Mexican sweat lodge, and I think it was life-changing for a lot of people for that.
It was incredible. It was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. This time we're going to be on the other side of the country. So we'll be looking for other events, other places, other visiting sites to go to. So we won't be going to the ones we've gone to before. They're going to be too far away. But we will be looking for other things, and we'll find other temples and other sacred sites to go to. And those will be off-premise. Those will be add-on excursions. We'll talk about that. Those will get closer to the actual trip date. But when we're there, this resort we're going to has 5 restaurants. Everything's included. All your food, all your alcohol, top shelf, whatever you're requesting. Gratuities included, although we do encourage you to tip when you feel it's appropriate. They don't, the living wage there is much lower than what we have here. But everything. So our travel agent June will be traveling with us. And so the 1550 includes flight, room for 8 days, 7 nights, all your food at 5 restaurants, all the bars, all the gratuity, everything. Very relaxing. You don't have to worry about anything when you're there. It is probably the most peaceful trip we've ever done, is traveling to the all-inclusive like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just trying to read.
Some people, when they go with us, we won't see them at all. They'll stay in the room, go off and do their own thing. They'll hang by the beach in a certain area because they just want some downtime. That's perfectly fine. You're on your own trip, your own vacation. Other people like the idea of traveling with a group and being around others that are traveling with them, so they get to know people, feel more comfortable, having an area by the pool that we all kind of congregate in. Same thing with the beaches. A lot of times somebody will go down and set up an area and everybody will just filter in and out of those areas, either the beach or the pool. We had never traveled with a group before, and it was something that we weren't quite sure about when we did it the first time. It was so amazing, so relaxing. We made so many amazing friends that it just kind of built from there. So what started off with 50 people traveling, we're now up to somewhere between 80 and 90 people traveling with us a year. So it's really kind of grown as group travel goes, and plus having everything taken care of, you just kind of make payments. You don't have to worry about how much money to save. You don't have to worry once you're there. A lot of times I'm like, okay, we're gonna go on a trip. I need to make sure I paid this, make sure we have this. What happens with that? We have June for that. We have our travel agent. She handles all of that, puts it all away for you. You don't have to worry about it. You just set up how you want your payments to go before the trip, and once you're there, it's all taken care of. So those are our trips.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Give us a call if you have any questions, or send us some messages, and we'll get you connected and the information that you need.
Yep. And we have them here with us, or you can join the Mercosur Travel Group. So go on Facebook. Mercosur has its own page, but then there's a group called the Mercosur Travel Group. So if you are interested in that, just join there. You can get a lot of information for the trips in that group. You can come here to the shop to get it here, and also contact us if you're out of the area. We can email it to you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great Saturday.
Bye.